The Email Purge Assistant is a simple web application to help users organize and analyze their historical emails so that they can clean up emails that they no longer want to keep around or generally understand how much space different emails are taking up and what volume they're dealing with. To get started, a user simply goes to the website and clicks Sign into Google. They will be prompted with the typical scopes that the application needs, in this case, primarily the user's profile for basic authentication, the ability to read their emails, to identify emails, and then also the ability to modify emails so that we can take actions that the user requests and automate some functionality for them. Once the user is logged in, they would choose how many emails they want the tool to look at and click Start. The system will run batch requests to get the IDs of those emails and then individually load the emails through the Gmail API. The application does all of this on the front end, so the data stays within the user's browser. We don't send any of that data down to the backend. So while the backend receives the access token during authentication, it then just passes it back to the front end, and everything else in this application is handled within the browser, not within our servers. That helps with security and makes it really easy for the user to delete the data without having to worry about the server being up or anything like that. When we process the emails, we only process basically metadata, primarily things like the date it was sent, the from, to, and the size of the email. We do keep around the subject line to help users identify which email we're talking about, but we discard everything else, especially the actual contents of the body and attachments, as soon as we process that individual email into our indexes. Within the application, the user can then see things like how much storage each day of emails is contributing, how many emails were received each of those days. They can even go in and see, for example, here I have a spike on the 11th, and they can take a look at that day and see which emails contributed. In this case, I received three larger emails from Angela, and I remember those were emails with picture attachments, which makes sense. Users can also take actions. For example, maybe I know this email isn't one I would ever do anything with, so I can tell the system, ignore that email all around, and that will actually take it out of other statistics. So, for example, if I tell it to ignore these three larger emails, we'll notice that that spike on the 11th is now gone because the system is ignoring those emails. Um, there's other statistics in here as well that users can use to help identify emails that might be taking up a lot of space or can be discarded. Um, and if the user finds an email that they're willing to discard, for example, this email here that I remember I sent, it had a picture attachment, but I don't need to keep it around. I can click move this item to trash, and the system will call the trash API with Gmail and actually move that one into the trash folder. That way the user can still recover it if anything goes wrong, but also it'll clear up space over time. Thank you.